there, Stampers, and thanks for joining me today. Today's project is gonna make you flip, literally flip out at how stinking cool this is. This is called the Never Ending Card. Look at that. It just keeps going and going and going. How stinking cool is this? I have several designs to show you. These will be on my blog as well. You're gonna freak out when you see how easy these are to make. Let's get started. Believe it or not, to make the base, we only need these two pieces of cardstock. They're each a quarter of a sheet of 8.5 by 11, so that's 5.5 by 4.25 each. We're gonna do a couple of score lines and a couple of cut lines, and really that's all there is to it. Then we'll just stick it together. This template that I'm using, I put together, and you can find this on my blog at the URL listed above, so you can print this off for your own reference. The two essential tools you'll need on top of your cardstock is the Stampin' Up paper cutter that has both the cutter and the scoring blade, because we'll be doing some scoring, and one of my favorite adhesives, the Stampin' Up sticky strip. Okay, I'm going to start with the top panel, and I recommend scoring first. So our score lines are at 1 3/8 on either side. So I'm going to slide this in the paper cutter at 1 inch and 1, 2, 3/8 and use the black blade to score. Turn it around and do the exact same thing on the other side. So your paper looks like this. Cutting it in half at 2 1/8. And there's our top panels, A and B. They're exactly the same. Now we'll do our bottom panel. Our bottom panel is scored at 1 1/16 of an inch. Black blade to score on either side. This will be cut in half at the 5.5 inch side at 2 3/4. And voila! That is our bottom two panels, C and D. So next I'm going to attach 1 inch strips of sticky strip to the bottom C and D panels, just as they're shown here. So I've applied the sticky strip, and it has a protective backing on it that's red. That's why it shows red. So once you're done with that, you're going to peel that off. And then once it's peeled off, you're going to attach your top panels A and B over the bottom panels C and D, and you want them to line up perfectly like this. So you want it to be good and tight. So I've attached one panel. Now for the second one. And that, my friends, is it. Now you just want to reinforce your folds. Isn't that awesome? When you're done, there'll be 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then back to the beginning. And it goes on and on and on. Hours of entertainment. Can you believe that's it? That is all there is to this. Using Stampin' Up's designer paper, you can do different but coordinating sides. So they're really fun and they all match. Oh my gosh, it's so awesome. You will have hours of fun with this. Be sure to check out part 2 of my series on the Never Ending Card, and I'll give you some tips on designing them. Thanks for joining me.